Welcome to the next video in our Mabon Autumn Equinox video series. I'm Leslie, the Metaphysical Crone from Innerji, and you may have seen already Mish's wonderful video on how she goes about creating sigils. And so, of course, it's my turn. So I'm going to show you a little way that I use sigils. It's a bit of a different method, and it's about you experimenting to find out what works for you. So let's turn the camera around and we'll have a look at creating a sigil in a different way. When I want to create a sigil, I will usually meditate beforehand. I will spend some time thinking about what I want that sigil to represent, whether it's offering protection from something, whether it's something I want to release, or if it's something that I want to bring towards me, to manifest, if you like. And so I spend some time really focusing on, why do I want to do this? Why do I need it? It's not just done on a whim. And then once I've meditated, and I have to say, I don't always, sometimes things will happen in a hurry where you want something immediate, and you can do that as well. But even when it's being done for like, I need to do something for this situation that's happening right now, I will still take a few moments to reflect on it and what I want that sigil to do. So for the example for our Mabon Autumn Equinox sigil, I've created a sentence. Now, I believe words have power. There used to be a saying that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That is so not the case. Words have energy. Words have vibration. So when I'm creating my sentence, I choose my words carefully. So in this example for the Mabon Autumn Equinox, because it is the time of balance between the light and the dark, I have put a statement that says, I am balanced in work and life. Now, how do we turn that into a sigil? The first thing I do is I remove all of the vowels. So I put a line through all of the vowels that are there. And of course, the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. And then I cross out any double letters. So for example, in this sentence, there are two L's. So I will cross out the second L. Are there any other doubles in here? We have two N's, so I will cross out the second N. And there's another N, so I will cross that out as well. And I think that's all of them. So the letters that I am left with are M, B, L, N, C, D, W, R, K. We've already used a D, so I can cross that one off. And the last letter is F. Now, if you've seen Mish's video already on how she creates sigils, and if you haven't, I really highly recommend that you go have a look at it. Mish will create the shape from the actual letters. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I am going to use what is called a witch's wheel. So it's a witch's alphabet wheel. And you can see the letters spiral around, going in from A through to Z. So this is how I create the shape of my sigil. I'm going to start with the M, so I will start here. Then I go to B, so I come across to B. Then I come across to L. The next letter I come to is N. So I'm kind of getting a zigzaggy kind of thing to start. Then we go over to the C, then down to D, over to W, down to R. Then we're looking for K. So where is the letter K? It's up here. Can you see that we've got a form starting to take shape? And the final letter is F. So we come back down to F. So that tells me, that maps out my sigil for the sentence, I am balanced in work and life. Now I want to recreate it so that I can use it. So I come over to here and I copy it. And this is where I bring in a little bit of my artistry. I might put some curly cues in there. I might add some dots. I might curve the lines a little bit. I just go with my intuition on that. So I'll keep it fairly simple for today. I'm going to go from M to B, over to L, over to N, over to C, down to D, across to W, down to R, up to K, down to F. And when I've completed my sigil, I put a little line to say that's the end. So that's my sigil. I'll bring that up a little bit closer. Try not to get reflection in there. And so that's my sigil for I'm balanced in work and life. Now, how do I use it? This particular sigil creator is one where I can just wipe it off. So obviously I want my sigil to remain. So now that I have that and put my curly cues in that I like, I will then recreate that on another piece of paper. And on that other piece of paper, I can roll it up into a scroll and put it on my altar. If I want something that's a daily reminder to me, I will take a photograph of it and put it on the home page of my phone or the cover shot of my phone. I may also burn it so it goes into the ether. I may put it in my diary, my physical diary, and carry it around with me, put it in my pocket, just so that when I gaze at it, I am reminded about why I've created this sigil. I am balanced in work and life. Now, the great thing about sigils is no one else, if anyone else sees this, they have no idea what it means. They have no idea what your intention is for this. It just kind of looks like a doodle. The other way that I use this, and Mish has spoken about sigils on her video, is to scratch them using a pin, engrave them into a candle, and then you burn the candle down. Another way that I do it is to write my sigil in the air. So if I was doing it in the air, I would use a wand. And I don't have a wand with me today, so I will use my finger, and so I will draw it in the air. So I will come across, curly cue out to the C, then down, then across, then around and down, and up, across, down, and finish it. So sometimes I will draw my sigils in the air, particularly if I'm doing protection sigils for a building or a room. I would do those protective sigils in the air at the front door, the back door, in front of windows, that kind of thing. I do hope you found this little session on how I create sigils helpful. I encourage you to try it for yourself. You can find these witch's wheel alphabets if you have a look online, if you want to try using that. And of course, I encourage you to experiment with Mish's version on how she was taught and how she does sigils as well, and see what feels better for you. Until next time, I hope there are many balanced blessings for Mabon and the autumn equinox period. Thank you.